I want to imagine a fictional conversation for a play is Abraham Lincoln and Dostoevsky discussing the current political climate in the United States in 2025 with political polarization, protectionism, autocratic bureaucracy, social media, AI, and growing wealth inequality. Begin with discussion on political polarization. Certainly, here's a scene draft, a thoughtful, grounded, and slightly haunting conversation between Abraham Lincoln and Fyodor Dostoevsky, as if both men have been drawn from time to comment on the world they see now. The tone blends the moral clarity of Lincoln with the psychological and spiritual intensity of Dostoevsky. Scene 1: The House Divided. Setting: a dimly lit library suspended out of time, neither heaven nor earth. The shelves bend inward as though listening. A storm rumbles beyond unseen windows. Two figures sit across a wooden table. Abraham Lincoln, solemn and weathered. Fyodor Dostoevsky, eyes alive with feverish insight. A candle burns between them. Lincoln: a house divided against itself cannot stand. I said those words once, and I believe they belong to a time of muskets and brother against brother. But it seems the house has divided again. Only now the war is invisible. Dostoevsky: invisible, yes, but no less cruel. I see it in their faces, not bloodied, but twisted by contempt. Each man believes himself righteous, and the other a monster. Such hatred is not born of politics, Mr. Lincoln, born of despair. Lincoln: despair has many feathers. Some call it injustice, others inequality. But in my day, men met their opponents face to face. They looked upon their enemy and still called him fellow American. Now they glare at screens and see only shadows of themselves, multiplied and distorted. Dostoevsky: screens, yes. These new mirrors of the soul. They reflect only what one wishes to see, and therefore, the soul grows blind. He leans forward. Tell me, Mr. President, when the people cannot agree on what truth is, can democracy still live? Lincoln: truth was never the property of a crowd. It must live in the conscience of each person. But I fear the conscience has grown tired. Comfort has replaced conviction, and rage has replaced reasoning. Dostoevsky: then it is not democracy that perishes first, but the soul of man. I have seen this before, in Petersburg, before the revolution. When man worships an idea instead of God, he becomes capable of anything. Quietly, even cruelty in the name of righteousness. Lincoln: I see the same spirit, but cloaked in patriotism, progress, and freedom. Each faction swears the other wants to destroy the nation. They forget that to destroy one half is to wound the whole. Dostoevsky: and what would you say to them, for you to stand again before such a people? Lincoln: that liberty is not a weapon, nor is equality a prize to be hoarded. That we must learn again to see one another not as enemies, but as fellow travelers, stumbling toward the same uncertain light. The candle flickers, a low hum echoes, sound of unseen servers, data pulsing like ghosts of thought. Dostoevsky: but this new world, it is louder than conscience. A man posts his every impulse and calls it truth. A lie spreads faster than a prayer. Even their machines now speak to them as gods once did to prophets. Lincoln. Speak of the artificial minds, these AIs. They reason without compassion, compute without conscience, yet men feed them the words of their hearts, and wonder when the machines learn to lie. Dostoevsky. Machines cannot sin, but men can sin through them. And when the line between the two blurs, who shall repent? Lincoln. The danger is not that the machine will become like man, that man will become like the machine, efficient, unfeeling, and obedient to the system that owns him. A long silence. Dostoevsky. And yet I pity them, poor, the anxious, the forgotten. Wealth has become a new monarchy, hidden behind glass towers. People are restless, and rightly so. But revolutions born without faith become peace of vengeance. Lincoln. Yes, I learned that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of mercy, and mercy is in short supply. He looks at the candle. Still, I have faith. The American soul is stubborn. It will wrestle with angels and devils alike until it finds its better nature. Dostoevsky. Faith against futility. How very American. Smiles faintly. Perhaps, in the end, the cure for division is not victory, but understanding. Lincoln. Perhaps understanding is born only from suffering. The one teacher we never dismiss, though we always despise. Thunder rolls. Candle flares as if in protest. Then steadies. Both men fall silent. Two ghosts, pondering a nation still at war with itself. Would you like me to continue with scene 2, where they turn to the themes of autocratic bureaucracy and protectionism? Or would you prefer I expand this first scene with more psychological tension between them?